So yesterday, we did the first page. We did the second page. We talked about sequences and series. We started chapter 1. There were a few questions that you guys wanted to go over. What I would like you to do is that page that we did yesterday, so I believe that we did 4 and 5A, I want you to flip and start on this page. That starts at problem 6. I will tell you, I already want to do problems 7 and 8. Does anyone want to do 6 or 9? Or no? Miranda?
May we go over 9?
Sure. Okay, problem 7. Here's what a lot of you did when we were in this chapter. You subtracted the 3, and you did 2x equals 8, and then you got x equals 4. Problem was that you stopped there. This is correct.
Oh, isn't it plus or minus?
Absolute value always has 2 answers. What does absolute value mean?
The distance from 0.
The distance from 0. If I tell you that a number is 8 away from 0, how many numbers are 8 away from 0 on a number line?
16.
How many numbers?
Oh, sorry, I know.
2.
2, right? If you start at 0, you can go in the positive direction or the negative direction.
Yeah.
So you're always going to get 2 answers. What some of you did is then when you got here, you put plus or minus 4. Doesn't work like that. You have to come all the way back to the absolute value. The other equation that you're going to get,
Oh, don't you plug it in?
plug what in?
Put the plug for it back in? Or not?
We're going to have to on the next one, yes.
11 negative.
Yes, negative 11. If the distance away from 0 is 11,
Oh.
could be 11, the number could also be negative 11. So you always have to remember this is the number that you switch the sign of. So then I subtract 3, I get negative 14, and x equals negative 7. You have to get both of those answers. I will tell you, if you get one answer and not the other one, I will take off 75% of the points. If you don't get this answer, it tells me you don't know what absolute value means. So that's a big deal, so we need to remember that. So the next thing we did is we did absolute value inequalities. I told you ignore that sign to begin with, and you wrote 2 equations. First one is x plus 4 equals 5. What's the second equation?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Again, don't ever switch the sign of what's in parentheses. So then we get x equals 1 and x equals negative 9. Okay, this is an inequality though, which means it has to be graphed on a number line. So I'm going to have negative 9 and 1. Am I going to have open or closed circles at those?
Open.
Open. How do I figure out where the shading is?
Plug in
Plug in a point. What is the easiest point to plug in?
0.
0. In this case, you can plug in 0. You can always plug in any number except those 2. So if we plug in 0, we get the absolute value of 0 plus 4 is greater than 5. A lot of you ignored the absolute value bars before. Please don't do that. You cannot ignore them. This is the absolute value of 4 is greater than 5. So we get 4 is greater than 5.
Which is false.
Which is false. Where am I going to shade then? Inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside.
Outside. We do not want to shade where 0 is. 0 is in the middle. So. Okay, when we were in this chapter, most of you did well up until this point, and then you said, great, I'm done. You are not finished. Why not? You have to write an inequality. Do you remember that? Maybe? Is this an and or an or?
Or and no
Or. Or is outside and is in between. So we're going to have x is less than negative 9 or x is greater than 1. Okay, I want to do B also. We're going to get 2 equations. X minus 5 equals 3. X minus 5 equals negative 3. So when we solve, we get x equals 8 and x equals 2. Drawing a number line. If we choose our test point, what do we want the test point to be? 0.
No.
Doesn't really matter as long as it's not 2 or 8. So I'm going to choose 0. Here's what a lot of you did last chapter.
Oh, aren't they closer? But
Aren't what closer?
they're closed circles.
Oh, yeah, these should be closed circles. Sorry, thank you, Casey. Okay, so a lot of you would plug in 0 and you would get here, and then you would say -5 is less than -3. What is the issue?
It's absolute value.
Yeah, you never took the absolute value.
And the absolute value of -5 is 5.
+5, so we get 5 is less than or equal to 3. True or false?
False.
False. So we do not want to shade where 0 is, which is outside. So this is an in-between.
Which means it's an and.
Yep. And the and looks like this. X is between 2 and 8. Okay, looking at number 9. The formula P equals 15 plus 5D over 11 describes the pressure of seawater, P, in pounds per square foot at a depth of D below the surface. Determine the pressure at a depth of 50. Determine the pressure. What are we looking for?
Pressure P.
P. We are looking for P. So we get P equals 15 plus 5
50.
times 50 over 11. Sorry. Okay. You can put all of this in your calculator at once. If I were you, I would take out a calculator to make sure you get the right answer. I'm going to give you a minute. Plug this in your calculator and see what you get. Do you have an answer?
Yes.
Okay, hold on to it for right now, just to give everyone else a chance, and then I would love to hear it.
I have an answer too.
Okay. Chris, what answer did you get?
37.72 repeated.
I got the same thing. Did you guys get the same thing?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. The next question is more difficult, I think, part B.
Don't you just plug into a
You do.
pressure?
The record depth involved a pressure of 201 pounds per square foot. Use the formula to determine the depth. So this time we have P. What a lot of you like to do is you like to write this formula and then you like to guess and check. I'm not going to accept that. So we're going to go through and solve this. What is my first step?
Multiply by 11. Oh, subtract 15. Subtract 15.
I'm going to subtract 15. So I believe this is 186.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Miranda, you have an idea on what's next?
We should probably multiply by 11 next.
I would do that, yes. Currently you're dividing by 11, so to get rid of that, you're going to multiply by 11.
On both sides.
Yep. So I get 2,046 equals 5D.
Divide by 5.
So divide by 5. And you get a depth of 409.2 feet. Okay, does this review some stuff that we hopefully needed to know?
Yeah.
Okay, flip to the next page. Spend 30 seconds looking over those questions and let me know what you want to talk about. Okay, anything jump out to us? 6 and 7. Oh, yeah. Anything else? Nothing else, just 6 and 7? Miss Miranda?
How about we go over 4?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. Problem 4. Using point slope form, write the equation of the line containing the points in problem number 3. What's the first thing we have to do?
Find the slope.
Find the slope. So slope is going to be y minus y over x minus x. So 9 minus 5 is going to give me 4 over 7. Point slope form, you can use either point. Miranda, do you want to use -3 comma 5 or 4 comma 9?
4 comma 9, please.
I would prefer that one also.
Me too.
Good, I'm glad we all agree. So we get y minus 9 equals 4/7 x minus 4. Leave your answer like that. Please do not distribute. If I were to ask you to write the equation of a line parallel to this line, what would be the slope of that line?
Same slope.
4 over 7. What if I asked you to write a perpendicular line?
-7.
-7 over 4. What if I give you two lines that have a slope of 2 and then 1/2? Are they parallel or
They're
perpendicular?
They're neither.
They're neither. Why not?
Because it's not opposites.
Not opposite signs. Okay, 6. What does this notation f of -2 mean? Miranda?
When f is -2, x is -2. Right?
When x is -2, what's f? So we're going to plug in -2. Order of operations. Parentheses comes first. We don't have anything to do in the parentheses. What comes after parentheses?
Effective numbers.
Exponents. What is -3 squared?
-3.
Or sorry, -2 squared.
4.
4. Positive 4. Next, you're going to have multiplication. So we end up with 12 plus -4 minus 4. Please be careful here. This answer is not 12. A lot of people see this and they say, oh, 0. No,
No, it's 4.
it's 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. Minus 4 again is 4. Okay, 7. In February 2006, there were approximately 4 million visitors to YouTube. By August 2006, the number of visitors had grown to approximately 19 million. Determine the rate of change in visitors per month. Okay, when we did rate of change, a lot of you did them backwards.
It's time.
What makes more sense? Talking about visitors per month or months per visitor?
Per month.
Visitors per month.
Yeah, this is just awkward to even write months per visitor, right? Doesn't even make sense. That makes more sense. That tells you what you want to do. You want to put the difference in visitors in the numerator. 19 minus 4. So we have 19 million and then 4 million. So we're going to do 19 minus 4.
Over
How many months passed between February and August?
6.
Yeah, 6. Okay, so 19 minus 4, we get 15 over 6. Divide those both by 3, which is 5 over 2. Okay, does this mean that there are 5 more? Well, you guys tell me. What does this mean?
5 million.
Yes, there are 5. Please make sure you put million. 5 million more visitors every 2 months.
Or 2.5 million everyone.
Correct, which might make a little bit more sense. Okay. Isabella?
Is the finally multiple choice the whole thing?
It's half. Half multiple choice, half show your work. Okay, I'm thinking we probably reached a good point for today. You guys agree?
Yeah.